Hello and welcome to another episode of Between the Studs. I'm your host Mark. Today I'm joined by Chris and Joe, two of the mainstays of Atlanta Brick Co. They get all the stuff done. They know all the Lego. They keep their finger on the pulse of what is happening. And so, with that in mind, we're going to be talking about Lego investing, and particularly sets. We're talking about the sealed set after it's retired, 1 year from that date. And we're breaking it down into three different categories. We got bad. So a bad investment is something that is about the same what you paid for it or not any more than that. A mid investment is basically matching like inflation or a slight increase. Almost all Lego usually goes up in value, but if it's not a very high increase, then it's considered mid for us. And a good investment is something that does, it's original value again or more. It's like, a really substantial percentage of increase. And so Lego has all these things happen based on a huge, wide variety of factors. So does it have good minifigures? Is it popular? Was it unpopular? We're going to break all that down as we pick one from each category each. So we're each going to pick a couple sets to talk about today. But
and then we'll come back a year from now.
Exactly.
And we'll see who won.
Exactly. So it's really a contest among ourselves to kind of test our eye for investing. Because I think you guys a little bit more than me, but I do keep an eye on like at least leaks and new sets and stuff like that. So we do give a little bit of buying advice here. Nothing too serious, but it's like this one's a good one. Like for example, Joe.
Like when the Mandalorian Forge was retail for $30, I told every employee and most customers who came in, every time we had one on the shelf, I was like, listen, if you don't buy that set now, it's going to triple in value. It's selling for $80.
Yep. It's because...
I'm just saying.
That's not triple, so...
No, not quite. Not yet. It will be. It will be.
That is what I would consider a good investment if you had bought it before it retired, though, because the show ended up featuring some characters from that set very prominently, so that's great.
Hey, Ryan, I got you on speaker here. Mark's here and Joe's here.
What up?
Hey, what's up, fellas? What are you guys up to?
We're filming a Lego investment video.
You didn't, interrupt or anything, so
you're
good.
Actually, this is perfect. You do a lot of this, right?
We're not live, so...
Buy high, sell low.
Let me write that down. Wait,
that's super good.
That was day one of Economics 101.
Worth more a year from now.
All of them.
Wow,
Gotcha.
Thank you for nothing.
Gotcha.
They're always all worth more, are they not?
I'm going to put you down
Other than,
for stunts,
the
then.
ATST Raider.
I'm going to put you down for stunts and dots.
Oh,
all right.
Star Wars, though? What is even retiring this year?
Actually, there's a lot.
Almost everything, actually.
Razor Crest.
Fighter tanks.
I know, the fighter tank's on my list.
What else is retiring?
The Justifier.
Oh, that's the big moneymaker right there.
Right.
If you can buy them for $50, you might make 50.
Exactly. The Scythe is retiring. I think that'll go up.
That one's become like no one talks about it set.
It's weird, but I think that's why it's going to go up.
No, I think you're right. Yeah, nobody talks about that set. Because everyone kind of decided the show kind of sucked, and the set's really good.
The set's phenomenal.
No one cares now.
Yep.
So
they're gonna care as soon as it retires.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
I'll give you a call back. Good luck with your investing.
Sounds good. Oh, hey, let me know about those things.
Yeah. I'll give you a call later. See you guys. Have fun.
Okay.
All right. Love you. Bye.
Take it, Ryan.
Bye.
Love you. All right. So that
it's just
was
too much fun to
hilarious talking to Ryan from M&R Productions for a minute. That was
maybe
great.
we could use
tidbits.
Piece of it.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
So we'll see if we can include some of Ryan's comments. It's pretty funny. But So and also I think he had a good point. Is we're not really recommending you go into the business of Lego investing. Yeah. It's not necessarily easy. No. You got a lot of seller fees if you're trying to ship them out. It's all the work to go acquire these sets.
Well, we had a discussion on this about a year ago.
Yeah, that's right.
Because I have my master's degree in finance, and I've been in investing for lots of different things, including metal and the stock market,
gold,
and real estate, and even golf clubs, and of course Lego.
Yeah.
And we discussed that in that video,
That's right.
so that they could go back and watch that.
We'll have a little
click right there.
Yeah.
So, but this is what we're talking about.
This is on a personal level.
On a personal level, if you want that set, buy it now because a year from now it's going to be 2 to 3 times. In my case, my set that I pick's going to be 4 times as high.
Wow.
Joe's will probably be 2.5 times as high, and Mark's will probably double in price.
Yeah. sounds about right. Yeah, actually, I'm thinking that you guys will have the more accurate predictions,
No
but
way.
I could get lucky. We'll see. So, but yeah, so we're gonna start with not the good, not the mid, but the bad, the ugly. So we're gonna start with our picks that we think are not gonna make any money. They're not gonna go up in value. They might even lose value. And I think, Chris, you had a doozy you might want to bring up
Mine's
first.
going down in value.
Okay.
A year from now.
Yeah.
Okay. It's overpriced. So this is when you're not that people are out there picking sets that are going to go down in value.
Yeah.
But when you're looking at a set that is going to go down in value, you want to pick one that's overpriced.
Holy
Yes.
cow, that's the price.
This is a $160 retail set.
For
Yep.
500.
You're getting a big box, but it's 598 parts.
That's bad.
Next year at this time,
Yeah.
I predict this is a $100 bill,
Yeah.
if that.
Yeah.
That's really bad.
It is.
Especially.
I thought it was going to be 100 or 120.
Well, it's all open space
yeah.
that they're selling you, and those big
It's
ramp
just-
pieces
it's-
are expensive to
The
make.
only reason they're charging so much
Yeah.
is they've made all those new molds, and that's a lot of them in it. And then you've got that whole cloth or plastic piece for the fire.
I like the set.
Yeah,
I
It's
like
cool,
it.
but
It's cool.
just way too expensive.
It's a play factor, but it's not a $160 play factor.
Uh-huh.
And I don't think Stunts is selling particularly well either, because we get a lot of them in on trade, kind of on. They're already discounting them at Walmart and other places. So
There's another toy company called Hot Wheels.
yeah, that does this for cheaper. and
I
has
think
for
I've heard. I
decades.
think I've heard of them. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
they're
they went-
$1. Hot Wheels are $1 still.
So you could pay $8 for a motorcycle or $1 for a metal
Yeah.
Hot Wheels car. Yeah, it's just that they're in
They
a market
tried. They
that they're
tried.
not used to.
You
so.
know, for $160, how much stunts you can get for
Yeah.
Hot Wheels?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's-
That's a lot.
yeah, you can get a whole Hot Wheels room for that
That's
much money,
pretty cool
probably.
stuff.
yes.
Yeah.
So did I win here on this one?
I mean, that's pretty good.
That's one of the strongest picks we've seen so far, Chris.
I would
yeah.
agree that is.
Doing some ASMR noises here. Okay, anyway. Joe, you want to go next or shall I go next? I think I have a pretty good
Okay,
strong
go ahead.
pick. Okay, I'll go next. Okay.
I don't care.
So mine
It's
is
just wrong, but.
it's wrong. This is wrong. Okay,
Oh,
so I
okay.
think
Oh, actually, yeah, this is wrong.
this is not going to go up at all. I think that this has a maximum increase of about $10 from the year it's retired, which is going to be retiring
Yeah.
this year, just like your stunts are. So this one doesn't have a lot going for it in the way that it is a nice Technic build, but it's not the nicest. There's a lot of competition for the sports car, even licensed things like you have Fast and Furious, you have car brands like Ferrari, all these different things competing with this segment. And there's no Batman figures. I think Batman fans are more interested in the character than they are the car a little bit. I mean,
Yeah.
Batmobiles and Batwings are cool, but it's always about that figure, that rare figure, that exclusive one. So that it has no figures to redeem it. It's Technic. I think it didn't sell well. We see it on sale. So, lots of issues with this set. So.
I think there's something that can help this go up in value, and that's the amount of rebrickable builds there are for Technic models. And
That's
a lot
true.
of people would buy this who don't care about the movie at all.
Mhm.
They might just do it just to use
They've
the parts.
probably already gotten it on sale then, but yeah, that's
Very
true. It
true,
could
but
go up a little
This
bit.
is 100 retail, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And you're getting 1,360 parts.
So it's not.
Yes.
It's a good
It's a-
price.
below 10 cents a part.
It's a nice price point, but I don't think it's going to go up that much. Just
Yeah.
based on the sales history. I did just a little bit of research online. There's not a lot of metrics to suggest it's going to go up a lot.
I
think
did
it's
5
gonna
minutes of
low.
research for all my stuff.
You just blaze through it. That's
Yeah.
good.
This isn't gonna go down, though.
I don't think it's going to drop below the retail value. I think it's going to stay at that. So I think it's a bad investment because even if you just keep your money in the bank, you're not making any money. You're actually losing based on
Yep.
inflation and all that. So I
Correct.
think this is a bad investment, but I don't think it's going to go up or down. I think it's just going to be totally blah. So
Yep.
that's my bad one. But yeah, we'll see in a year how things go. I think
That's
your
true.
stunts pick is good, Chris. I don't
yeah.
know. I totally didn't see that one coming.
I tried to
Okay.
stick with more things that people, might actually be wanting to buy.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So this is an interesting
This
pick.
is
here, Joe.
my bad pick,
Mhm.
and this one is like I could be completely wrong because of the minifigures,
Yeah.
and minifigures are good, but a lot of people I don't think will buy the set for the figures. They'll just order the figures
Yeah.
because we've seen a lot of this set come in. A lot of people
Yep.
traded it. It started out on sale at Costco So a lot of people.
As soon as it came out.
It literally, it was $80 at Costco. This retails for $100.
I think they overproduced this.
That was one of my points. Is I think they highly overproduced it. 732 parts. You do get 7 minifigs, but only a few of them are. I think 5 of them are unique.
Yeah.
But they're not like those characters. They're just different aliens, which are nice figures. They sell well. But the set doesn't sell well. So a lot of people will just go, oh, I'll just buy that figure because I want that figure. Boba Fett's in a $10 set now. Finnick, it doesn't even have her helmet. That was a big letdown.
That
for
is
people.
a letdown. Yeah.
They didn't have her helmet. I don't think this set is good either. The build is kind of mid.
Yeah.
As Grant would say.
It's a low value on price per part.
Yeah, and then a lot of people got excited for the box art being the dark green. Another letdown. The helmet's still saying red,
Yeah.
So a lot of things. When this set was rumored, people got excited, and then we saw pictures, and everyone was disappointed.
And there's something to be said about the show itself too. I liked the Book of Boba Fett.
I think it was good. It was not,
but
great.
a lot of people thought it was controversial at the least. Some people didn't like it,
That's
and so
a
that
big
isn't
factor.
helping the future collectability of this set.
So I think this, by the time we get around to next year, I think it might be selling for $120 max. But I don't think it's going to go up much at all.
A minimal increase, kind of like my Batman one. It's like maybe $10, $20
retails
up.
$100. It could even be on sale still at that point. You never know.
So. I agree with you, $120, but it's going to go up.
And I think it's hard to pick something that's going to fall. That stun spike might actually fall.
Yeah, I didn't realize that there could be Lego sets that actually continue
I
to
thought about picking a
not be
city
worth
set,
it.
but I didn't think that was going to be cool enough. So
What's not the thing is it shouldn't be cool.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the bad pick can be city because sometimes the city sets are a bad pick. So
this is me spending 5 minutes on it.
Pick a licensed theme.
Well, we both got licensed theme actually.
Pick.
Yeah. That's interesting. 2 other ones I had to bring up as possible bad picks. They aren't as bad as the ones me and Joe were talking about, but I still think they're not a good investment. The Black Panther bust.
That is a horrible.
It's already
investment.
discontinued. I think it's not going to
ever
ever get a.
It's just on sale.
It's already on sale.
40% off. Like that's a lot.
You're not going to see it for sale selling for more than that sale price. I don't think after repairs. So.
And I think one of the reasons it didn't do well is because it was a bust before it even came out.
Yeah. A good bust joke, but I think this would have done a lot better as a mask, just like an actual bust, not the whole arms. They made it too expensive. This should have been an $80 set with just a head.
Price per part, not good.
Yeah. I don't think it was too much more than that. Another one, table football.
Just
foosball.
Not great. I almost picked that. I almost picked that.
So, and this one is also not a good one to buy if you're looking to invest and make money off it.
Again, went on sale very quickly.
And honestly, it's not the theme; it's the execution again. I think because you can't play with it. It's just not very good.
That's what people were excited. I thought it could have been great. A playable foosball table sounds awesome.
And that many minifigures makes it more expensive than it should be too.
Yep.
Yeah. So both of those, I estimate, will make will increase about $30 in a year. So
Which
pretty
for
low for Lego.
Price, yeah.
But I think that we still have better picks, especially Chris.
Yeah.
We'll see about that one in a year. I think that's a good choice. But moving on to the mid category, this is the one that is there's really not going to be too strong a winner in this category since we're basing our estimations on things that'll just kind of be the trend. Normal.
0 increase, 0 decrease.
Yeah.
Just
right.
Gonna stay
So
that would be the winner.
Well, so 0 increase, matching inflation is still up like 10% increase. So you're looking at a very minimal increase. And that is mid, because Lego has the potential to be an awesome investment. 800% increase after a couple years on some sets. So it's like this, if it's mid, it's mid, So we have a couple options here. Who wants to go first? I don't have anything to pull up, but I have a list. So
no, I'll go with Chris again.
Okay, Chris, you got another mid choice?
No, I'm going to win this one too.
Yeah.
Okay. Chris could easily win all these.
I think he spent too much
We're
time.
kind of going to be going off for percentages, right? So yeah, there you go.
So this isn't.
He's really picking the cheap one.
So this isn't actually the set. This is just an example of what I chose. I chose, to be specific, Creative Ocean Fun set 11018.
Yeah.
And I don't think we have it.
Okay.
It's 333 pieces and it's $20. So these classic sets are a decent buy usually.
Yeah, pretty good
because
deal.
you're getting a lot of parts for a cheap price, kind of like that Batman set. So, but they just make another one with all those same parts next year.
Yep.
And they do not go up in price.
No minifigs, no characters, nothing.
No minifigs,
There's
no
nothing going
characters,
for it.
just bricks. But they don't go down in price because they're already a good price.
Yeah, they're bricks.
So that's a $20 retail set.
300
This one
parts.
is. The one I chose was
It's
a
also
$20
20, yeah.
retail set. 333 parts.
And it's going to be $20.
Next year at this time, it's going to be $20.
Yeah. Even though it's retiring. Yeah.
Amazon will be asking
Yeah.
$40, $50, $60 for it, but that doesn't.
The selling
that doesn't
price
count.
on Bricklink is what we're looking for in most
Yeah.
of these lower value ones, because Amazon will always knock it up $30, $50
And
just because.
Lego has a lot of classic sets retiring this year.
Mm-hmm.
Another one that could have been chosen was a space theme one or
Yep.
a monkeys one.
Yep.
But those are kind of cool.
Yeah.
And people like space. There's no
They
characters
could
in
go
it,
up more, yeah.
but it's just the box art.
I got the monkey kit just to go with a bunch of other items I was buying.
You can make the same monkeys out of this kit. You got the eyeballs, you got the brown bricks. It's just the box art
Yeah.
says, hey, this is what you can make with it. So those might do a little better.
Yeah, so,
Creative Ocean Fun, no.
yeah.
It's going to stay right where it's
Right
at.
where it's at, yeah. Or barely any increase, so, yeah. Good choice, Chris. Man, it's like you know a lot about Lego sets and sales history.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
like you have
You
experience.
went a lot more with the finding the bottom of the pit.
Well, no,
I-
he did his research.
No, that's good stuff. I just
Yeah.
was like, I'll just go grab some bad stuff that I see all the time,
Yeah.
which is what I went with. So another Star Wars set, because I see these all the time.
You see
so,
sales in the store. That's where you're
so
basing
it's
your.
like obviously no one wants classic sets. Like
Mhm.
literally no one buys this. That's fine. I knew that. I thought that was a given. People don't need advice for that.
Mhm.
No, I'm just this is the child. You've all seen this before. It's a good set.
Is
I
it
don't
your
think
child?
this. No, it might be.
Oh, okay.
Actually, my child's at home. He's on display at home. This is a good set. I like this set. I have this set. But I think it's going to be mid because it was overproduced. It's been on the market since 2020, which is way too long for this set. It was
It's way
one of
longer
the
than
ones
normal.
that went from being a good price at 80 to 90. And it was like, oh, that kind of hurts because you've got, 1,000 parts. But the only minifig is this one little child, which is in $30, $20 sets. Way too many were made. It is adorable. I like this, but I think this is going to be mid because it's only going to go up a little bit. Like you said,
Yeah.
with inflation, it's going to retire and be $100 maybe.
Yeah, $10, $20 increase.
It's not going to go up much. It's going to just stay stagnant. If you want the set, get it now because when it retires, it will go up a little, but not bad.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Most of the people who wanted this set already got it when it was its first release at $80.
Exactly.
So it's
three years ago.
people aren't going to be circling back to this one saying, "Oh, I really need that. I'll spend whatever to get it." They've
Yeah.
already got it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
My prediction, it goes up more than that.
Oh, really? Okay.
More than
And let me tell you why, because I thought the same thing with the BB-8 buildable BB-8 set.
that's fair.
And I
That's a
think
good
that
point.
was really the first in this wave,
Yeah.
right?
Sculptural character
And
builds.
I was
yeah.
like, BB-8 is not that popular.
Mhm.
He's popular,
Not
but
that
not
crazy.
that popular. Grogu is extremely popular.
Yep.
People have their houses
People
decorated like
Love him.
yeah.
So I picked this, and I was like, all right, well, whatever. I picked it, but then I remember earlier today I priced it one of the buildable Yodas, and that's already gone up like $20, and I thought that was a horrible set. So that might just
And
be
we
me
have
personally,
a ton.
but
So I think it was overproduced as well, but it's still gonna go.
yeah.
it's
So
still
I
going
could be
up in
completely
value.
wrong. It's just
Yeah.
one I see sitting on the shelves a lot, and I'm like, yeah, that's just gonna stay there for a while.
In my view, I kind of think you're right, Joe, but Chris makes some excellent points there. It could be not the best mid set. It
Yeah.
might actually go up more than you expect just because it's Star Wars. It's a character.
If
Again,
you guys
I
want to
took
do
like
more research,
5
we could refilm this.
Yeah,
Another
I
day.
literally did take like 5 minutes
I
and grab some
thought
sets.
I would have a little more competition.
Well, you know, I was just busy working. You know.
Okay, so I have two choices. I'm going to go with one that I can just kind of feel in my gut is not going to do as well as the other, but the one I'm picking is the Colosseum because I think it's a really cool set. It's a big architecture build. It's expensive. It's in that 500 range. It's not cheap. It came out a while ago. It's been on the market for a couple years. It's
Yep.
retiring this year. I think that the people who want a giant coffee table size Colosseum is a limited number of builders who want to actually need this one in their collection because everybody's got to get a UCS set of their favorite Star Wars ship. But, you know, if you're going to get the Colosseum, just get, like, there's smaller versions of architecture from Italy. You know, it's like you can get a little vignette. That's where I think the architecture fans are leaning to, not these giant sets. So I think that once this retires, there's some stats to show that it'll go up a little bit, but I don't think it's going to go up, like, astronomical. I think you're looking at, it's $500. I'm thinking no more than $50 more than retail after it retires, because just the sales history suggests that it's just not, like, doing phenomenal.
Do you know the piece count on that?
It's high. It's like 6,000 pieces. It's a lot. So, or 5,000 something.
I think
pieces.
it's 5 or 6. Yeah.
Anyway, so it's a lot of pieces, but there's no minifigs. There's not a lot of character to it other than the build itself. It's very elegant.
It's all tan.
It's all tan. Yeah, honestly.
Master Amy's favorite.
Yeah. So I just kind of, I don't have as much, research to back it up, but I just feel that this one isn't going to shoot up in value. So.
Nice.
I think it does.
You think it will?
I think it
I
does.
actually agree with Chris on this
So
one.
You do?
you got
Okay.
the Taj Mahal was like the OG.
It was about $3,000.
It's a
big
great
set,
example of a big
right?
architecture, yeah.
And that thing got up to like $3,000 before they released the new one. But the new one is retired,
And it's now up to like 600 or 700.
and it's gone up double.
So
That's
yeah,
at
I
least
mean
double.
that's
twice.
It's
Okay.
really, it is a set that people don't really want. You're right, but it's still a big architecture.
You know what
set.
hung around for a while was that Tower Bridge, and I didn't like that because it wasn't minifigure scale, but it wasn't micro scale.
just a weird
Yeah,
scale.
It
a
was
lot of
almost
pieces.
minifigure scale, but just not big enough. And I just can't believe that has gone up as much, and it
Yeah.
sells now too.
It's up to like 400,
So.
and I think it retailed for 2.
How much is the Big Ben and the...
Big Ben's very expensive.
It's gone up too?
Very
Yeah.
expensive.
I don't know, maybe my estimation's off, but I don't think that within a year it's going to shoot up crazy.
I think within a
We'll
year
see.
it'll probably be
Within a year,
700.
Okay.
What
I
is
don't
it,
think it's going to shoot
570?
up that much in a year.
I think it's 570.
But it's not as mid as...
570.
Yeah, okay. So.
maybe 650.
Yeah, it's not.
675.
It's not going to be crazy. It's
Okay.
going to go over.
That's good. Another one, this was my runner-up. I'm going to go stick with the Coliseum just because I have a gut feeling about that one. But the runner-up was the Assembly Square, which is a modular. It's been produced for a long time. At first, this was a high-demand set. Everybody had to have it because it's the latest one. Now it's third or fourth in the line of latest modular sets.
Yeah.
So it's outlasted. Some other modulars have come out after and retired before this set.
Yeah.
So it's very unusual, and I mean it's good because you want to have access to this set. But I think they've overproduced it a little bit. They still have for sale. They still haven't run out of them, and the price has increased a little bit with that price hike that happened a while back from Lego.com. So I just think that one's not going to be a great investment as far as how much you're going to make off of it. I think it's going to be very mid, maybe $50. But I just feel like the Coliseum's a better pick. I could be really eating my words in a year from now, though. So we'll see.
I think it's only going to go up a little bit too, maybe $100 at the most.
Yeah.
You know, up to 400, but it has been on the market a long time. People are still going to want it, but there's a lot out there.
Yeah,
So.
and we have quite a few in the store too. They don't seem to sell as fast as the other ones. It's kind of like the pet shop. That one, they produced it for a long time. It wasn't quite as special as the other ones, so we still have a lot of pet shops, and they are still one of the more affordable ones, despite being one of the oldest ones. I think that's going to be the next pet shop. So.
Yeah, and when a set does retire, you see the graph goes like this. It actually goes down
Yep.
because they usually discount it to get rid of it.
Yeah.
And then it goes back to about retail price on Amazon, and usually glides at retail price for another month, maybe for these mid sets.
Yeah, and then they start to get up a little bit.
If it's a good set, like the Mandalorian Forge, you know,
Yeah, that
as soon as
is-
it retires, boom,
It
skyrockets.
literally retired, and then a couple weeks later, it was already double its
Yep.
price.
That's all.
In fact, if you look at Lego.com, I think they have it on sale, but sold out, right?
Yeah,
It's like-
it probably doesn't even say retired yet.
So at that, it dipped for maybe a day,
Yeah,
Not even.
maybe.
Yeah.
and then
And how many people actually got it for 20% off? I mean,
Yeah, well, actually, they get rid of it really quickly for that
Yeah.
discounted price, and then it is out of stock, and then
Yeah.
it starts to go up elsewhere. So it's crazy. So, yeah. So talking about going up elsewhere, now we can, having talked about our mid sets, we're going to talk about the ones that we think are going to be a great investment, especially on a personal level. You want a good set that's going to be more valuable later.
they definitely put more thought into this part of it.
There
This is
you
what
go.
this is what I really care about. I mean, the other ones, yeah, it's good to look at ones and be like, yeah, that's going to be a bad set. But this is the exciting part. Like, this is what people want to
Yeah.
see. Y'all want to see
This is the
set
highlights.
that we pick, and it goes, whoa, look how much that went up, or look how you were so wrong.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but I was finding a lot more content for mids and bad investments when I was scrolling through there in my mind.
I was the opposite, actually.
You were finding more good ones?
Because that's where my brain looks at. I look at the ones that are going to go up, not the ones that are mid.
Yeah.
Everything else was just mid.
It's worth saying before we talk about good investments, basically any Lego set is typically a good investment.
Yeah,
it's rare
it's
when you
true.
find a stunt set or something like that actually goes down. Most of the time it'll just slowly build up in value a little bit. Even some of the worst duds in Lego history are now actually picking up with the right audience, appreciating them later. But yeah.
And one of the reasons they don't go down is because there's a utilitarian value there.
Yep.
It's not like an action figure or a Funko Pop
Technology.
where you can't use it for something. You could always pay retail price at 10 cents a brick, or with inflation that could even be cheap and it could go up in value. You've still got those Lego bricks that you can do something with. And so many people have turned it into a business from an art form or a hobby, a serious hobby, where if they have to buy, they got to buy Lego from somewhere.
Yep.
So just buy this old set that has the classic set.
Yep, exactly.
That
Bricks.
That has all these pieces in it for a reasonable price.
Yeah, we buy a lot of Lego every day here at Atlanta Brick Co. for commissions and projects and
So
sets.
that is one of the reasons why it seldom goes down.
Yeah.
And there was an article a long time ago comparing Lego to other collectibles such as baseball cards. And baseball cards in the 90s absolutely tanked because they were making them to be collectible. Comic books tanked. They were overproducing them, and there's no utilitarian value to them at all. And
It's just a rarity at that point. Yeah.
That's why a lot of people believe that there is no bubble on Lego.
Yep, hope we're right, because I love Lego. I don't want to have any problems. So, so who wants to go first with their big, bold, good investment opportunity here?
You.
I'll go first? Okay. And I'm more worried now that I'm talking to you guys. You're like, oh, this is the one I've been focusing on. I'm like, oh, man, now I'm in trouble.
Yeah, no, this is where I spent all 4 minutes looking at.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so one that I have, and this is more gut feeling, and also it is a licensed product. It's got some, I think this is an outside shot at a really good investment. So it's the Batman Mosaic. And the reason I say, I do have it here, actually. I have a beat up one. This is one we have for sale here. The box is a little bit scuffed on the side. But this is the one that I think is going to go up quite a bit, at least double its value, if not more, because, not necessarily just because it's a Batman Mosaic. That's a good set. Mosaics like this, like the Darth Vader one, some of the other ones have gone up after they've retired pretty significantly. This one has a particularly valuable set of colors in it.
That's a very good point.
So, mosaic building on the mock scene has increased quite a bit over the years. I wouldn't say exploded, but it's definitely grown significantly. And people are trying to get these pieces to make these things like rebrickable, designs you'll see online. It's becoming popular. I see Patrick Bateman. I see Anakin Skywalker. All these other things you'll look on, like Beyond the Brick, they post on Facebook and Instagram.
I've seen a lot of those.
Dozens of different cool designs that it's like, I wish there was a Lego set. Guess what?
They're mostly this one.
You buy 2 or 3 of these copies and you can make almost any awesome movie character.
Yeah.
And I think that with this retiring, this will pick up in value a lot for people who want to have their favorite character, Anakin Skywalker, whoever, with those colors on their wall. And so I think that if that works out like I think it does, this set could be very expensive a year from now. So I'm thinking it's going to at least double its value. So $240. So.
And it's already a good buy.
Yeah, I mean, all of these mosaics
for
$3,000,
over
$4,000. Wow,
4,000 pieces.
Fantastic.
That really is.
Like the you were talking about the color palette.
There's green.
It's
there's
not
pink,
just like
red.
the Sith where they're all black and red.
This has flesh tones.
The Beatles are all flesh and black.
This has got green. It's got flesh. It's got red. It's got blue. It's got brown, white, black. I mean, literally so many different colors.
Yeah, very nice selection.
Yeah.
And to top all of that off, you've got Batman.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. People like Batman.
And the Joker and Harley Quinn. And yes, that's
it's kind of like that Mickey Mouse one, in that Mickey Mouse is timeless.
Yeah.
Batman's timeless.
Yeah.
And so is
Disney
Joker
fans,
and Harley
DC
Quinn,
fans, they're always there. So
yeah, that's I can't believe you didn't pick a Star Wars set.
Yeah.
So actually, my top pick would have been the Mos Eisley Cantina, but they extended that one's retirement date to when we're supposed to be filming the sequel to this. So that would have been, because the figures are so good, I couldn't ignore that. But this is my pick in that.
That's fair.
In that case, stead.
That's a good one.
But the other one I was thinking about mentioning, but I'm not, is the Creator 3-1 Viking ship. It's going to go up a bit, but not as much as Batman, in my opinion. So I do like that set a lot, and it is retiring this year, which makes me sad. So who wants to go next? Who else has a interesting investment opportunity?
I'm debating between two.
Okay. In your head right now?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, you want to give Chris
Yeah,
a chance?
go ahead.
Okay.
I'm still trying to
All right.
decide which one I think
I'm
is
glad
better.
I'm going first. Now he can't steal mine.
There you go. Get it.
That's fair.
Because we're both going for Star Wars.
To
Yeah.
be, well,
All right.
one of mine is.
Star
one of
Wars
mine
is a
isn't.
really solid
So,
pick.
yeah, I'll start mine by saying Star Wars is a no-brainer.
It kind
if
of
you're
is.
looking for a good investment.
Yeah.
It sells more than anything. We are a Lego retailer,
Mm-hmm.
and we buy it wholesale. And the margins on Star Wars is like 10%.
It's really,
if
really
that.
low.
There is no margin on Star Wars. Whereas your non-IP themes are like 35%.
Yeah, it's like, oh, well, no way.
Which is still not great.
No.
But with
It
Star
just shows
Wars,
how good Star Wars is.
Yeah,
Star
they know
Wars
what
is
they've
big.
got. They're selling,
And if you look at stuff, then like, whoa, what's that expensive set up there? Oh, it's obviously a Star Wars set. You
Yeah.
know, the high percentage of those it's all Star Wars.
Yeah. The stuff that's going 1,000% over its
The
retail.
Mandalorian Forge,
Mm-hmm.
Star Wars.
Great example, yeah.
For competition purposes, we are going with a percentage increase
Mm-hmm.
for who's going to win, not
Yes.
the dollar amount.
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
So you would choose a small set because a small set is likely to double
More
in
potential,
value.
Yeah.
Whereas that,
I'm probably not going to win this because of that. I'm probably right.
So the
but-
Sith one was like, I don't know, 180, 200, which is a lot.
Mhm.
Like that's a huge
But
increase.
it's only
for
like
that
double
set.
its. Yeah.
It
But that's
retail
not
for
even
120.
double
Yeah.
as a percentage.
Mm-hmm.
So these small sets, you got to go for a Star Wars battle pack.
Mm-hmm.
You have to if you want
Fair.
what is going to increase the most.
Mm-hmm. It's got a lot of potential.
This has the Dark Troopers in it.
Great face.
I would put all my eggs in their basket because they are so cool.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think we're going to see them more often in the episodes that are coming out.
Yeah.
They're not done. They didn't create the Dark Troopers just to get wiped out by Luke Skywalker.
Mhm.
He didn't wipe them all out.
Yeah.
They're so neat looking. Once they discontinue this set, you're not going to be able to get that awesome looking Luke Skywalker.
This is a very good look,
Mhm.
actually.
Or the 3 Dark Troopers. So my money's right here.
Mm-hmm.
I would buy this one. I wish it was only $20.
It retailed for 30 and then increased to 35 with the price hike.
30's a higher retail price, but
It's easy to double that though. You know, you get
this will
to
be
60,
this will
70.
be
yeah.
$70
Yeah.
next year. Yeah, and then beyond that, more and more.
Yeah. It would be not too hard for that to get a high percentage
Yeah.
increase on
Yeah.
that. So.
Plus the room itself is kind of cool.
Mhm.
That's a scene. That's kind of a timeless scene.
It's a good scene when you have the
you
figures
could put
in
multiples
it.
of those together.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my choice. The other 2 choices I would have picked
Mm-hmm.
would be cheap sets. So
Both
you,
of these I actually was considering.
You
Not-
got that-
Not for my final
yeah.
pick, but I know both these will
you,
go
you
up.
got the Ahsoka brickhead,
the
Mhm.
hundred.
which I don't love brickheads,
Yeah.
but they do go up in value.
Yeah. Pretty
And
consistently.
That's one I
They're
actually have.
only $10.
Yeah. $20, double your money.
The
Yeah.
Ahsoka one was an exclusive one, right?
Yeah.
It's not exclusive, but
Hard
it's
to find.
special because it's the 150th brickhead, and that's labeled right there on the front with a golden icon, so
Yeah.
it's different.
Mm-hmm.
They just did that recently with the 200th, but it's the llama from Minecraft.
So,
Yeah.
less
So it's like
interesting.
that's not as cool. 150. It's Ahsoka.
Ahsoka's popular to begin with.
Yeah.
Her show hasn't even come out yet.
Yeah.
And she's retiring. That's
Yeah.
And she's
confusing.
retiring. So
That's crazy.
This Ahsoka is gonna skyrocket.
Mhm.
Buy them all. I
That
don't
is-
care.
it
They're
is-
gonna go up.
I actually have one sealed, but it's special because Ashley what's her name?
Eckstein?
Yeah,
Eccleston.
she's signed it,
Yeah.
so I haven't signed one.
It's pretty cool.
The other one is Kenobi Starfighter. If you look at all the Starfighters, they go up.
Yeah.
Yoda's, Plo Koon.
I've collected all the
Giving
Starfighters,
Krells.
guys. I can confirm they go up. They're
I
expensive.
don't care how many Anakin Starfighters they make.
They still go up.
They still go up.
They're
in
still
value.
$60
And
later?
This one
They're-
is particularly good because it has the Ton Wee
Ton Wee.
figure.
Yeah.
I mean, you cannot beat
that.
that.
Ton Wee is gonna skyrocket.
And the Obi-Wan in that is
it's
a very good fig.
what, a $30 set?
It's $30, which is great.
Ton Wii will be $30 by herself next year.
I think we'll see that selling for at least double next year. So I wasn't going to pick that one, but it was a high ranking one there.
The only reason I chose this over those two is because these guys have the potential to individually be $30 figures, which would make this a $90 set.
Yeah. It does have the potential. I can see it.
That's 3 times the value.
Now, Chris, I agree overall, but I'm worried that this might not be the one of those Star Wars sets to be the most increased, just because, The Mandalorian opened great. Season 2, great. This is Season 2, end of Season 2. Season 3 is starting to taper off a little bit, and
I still thought it was good.
Well,
I know a lot of people were
it's
controversial
more
about it,
mixed than it should have been. Like, it should have been overwhelming,
Very
approval.
true.
But I think there's a little bit of controversy starting to seep in. And it's like, the story's a little predictable, blah 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 blah. Star Wars fans are like that, and so
we're looking at you.
I think, and we're Star Wars fans too. We could say that. But I'm worried that the Dark Troopers, if they don't bring them back within a couple years, I'm worried that this one could fade into obscurity just a little bit, and it'll go up, but I don't know if it'll go up as much as we think it will or hope it will.
As much as other battle packs.
Yeah, so I'm worried this might have not been the one to pick, just because I pray that they bring the Dark Troopers back as soon as possible, because they're so cool.
They are really cool.
But I'm worried that Star Wars, in their typical Star Wars fashion, will do other things that are new, or they will kind of focus on things that we're not even interested in, and that's what could end up. So that's my worry. That's my concern with that.
Have we seen the Death Trooper since they retired that set?
That's what I'm worried about. Like the Rogue One.
But he still is.
It is still cool.
How much?
But that's different. I mean, that's like the Death Trooper. Actually, no, we have seen Death Troopers in like the animated shows and stuff.
Okay. So
the
a little bit.
The popularity
so that's not
of
a good
those.
comparison.
Yeah, I think they also might have showed up in Andor. I don't remember. Same
If they
with
showed up in Andor,
the
that
Shore
would have been
Troopers
great.
did.
Yeah.
In Mando and
if they can,
Andor.
if they do what they've done with prior stuff like the Death Troopers,
it really
then
just
they could
depends.
do well.
I think that's a good point. If they come back, you're probably right. But if they don't, then it's not going to go up as much.
It's just kind of calls into question. I don't think it ends the discussion, but it might not be quite as successful as possible.
What makes the Dark Trooper a good bad guy is the same thing as your battle droids. It's
a
not
robot.
a human.
Yeah.
It's not a life form.
Yeah.
It's a robot.
Just
and
kill
they're
it off,
easy
and
to
it's
kill.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, these are harder to kill, so that's
they're menacing. They're good. Yeah.
But easy from an emotional
Yeah.
standpoint.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
Oh, you killed another.
Emotionally, when you kill another person, it really gets you.
Yeah, that's
Or a life form.
That's a gray area in there. That's
You
right.
know, especially an alien that could be like an alien that.
They could have had a family.
Or an endangered species alien.
Yeah.
I mean, you just never know. Whereas
a robot, evil
a robot,
yeah.
it's kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah,
All right,
absolutely.
build another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Good-
fair.
good
Unless
point,
it's
Chris.
IG-88 or.
Yeah, unless it has
Well,
characters.
that's
Yeah.
good. Buy another one.
C-3PO, you don't want to lose.
I'd feel bad about BB-8 if I killed BB-8.
Yeah.
I'd be that guy that killed
I would not.
BB-8.
I've killed BB-8 so many times. In Battlefront,
Yeah,
honestly.
in Battlefront. Okay, that's good. Yeah.
He's actually hard to kill. He's
Well,
very
Joe,
menacing.
have you thought about your?
So
your
I'll go with the one I initially thought. I will mention the
Gut
other
reaction,
one, but
okay.
75342 is what I'll go with,
Mhm.
which is the Republic fighter tank. This is a set I personally am in love with because it comes with the 187th Legion minifigs, which
the purple
the
clone.
purple
troop- yeah,
clones.
yeah.
which I have 50 of those clones. I got way too into it when it came out. It only came out last year, last April.
Yeah.
It's retiring already this year, so it doesn't have that long of a lifespan.
That is short for a
It comes
clone
with
pack.
2 Phase 2 clones, as well as the airborne or the commander, and a really good Mace Windu with arm printing.
Yeah, so
Now,
it's
a lot
good
of people
deal.
have traded in the Mace Windu because they want more clones, but he's still a good figure and sells for a good price. The tank's not bad either, so it's not just a crappy side build.
Yeah.
I think and this retails for $40. I really think this is probably going to at least double in value.
I can see that at 100. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, again, we're doing this now. These are going to retire at the end of this year, and then we're going to refilm
In a year from now.
a year from now. So maybe it won't quite have been double yet, but it's going to be close. I think it could double as soon as it retires. It could be close to the Mandalorian Forge. It doesn't have as many unique figures, but clones, man.
Yeah. You can't count out those clones. They definitely all go up.
So I really think this is going to increase over the next year, but also as after that, it's
long
gonna,
term. Yeah.
Yeah, a couple years from now, that's going to be over $100. I mean, you can look at sets with clones previously. Even,
All of them,
Even the 501st Battle Pack, which retired recently, which was overproduced because they knew people wanted it. Like
Mhm.
they produced a ton of those.
Yeah.
Even those have almost doubled in price since they retired at the end of last year.
Yeah. So they're
They're
getting
selling
there.
for $50. I
Yeah.
mean, and people still buy them for that.
Mhm.
So same thing could happen with a clone that I don't think they'll ever remake. I don't
Yeah.
think they'll ever remake. It's shocking they even made them in the first place.
It's a special type
Yeah.
of trooper. Yeah.
So that's my pick.
That's a strong pick. Yeah.
It's a very strong pick.
Yeah. Good. So what was your other one you were contemplating?
So another one that I think this is going to double in value
Mm-hmm.
is the Winnie the Pooh set.
Mm-hmm.
Idea sets
Mhm.
always do well. And the Winnie the Pooh is only $100. You get
Yeah.
several iconic figs, a great build. I don't know. A lot of people always have wanted that one. Anytime it's been out of stock, people will pay whatever they want to get that set.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just saw it on the list that was retiring. And I was like, oh, that's going to go up. So I think
Mhm.
that. And another example is Sesame Street, similar to that. I think the Winnie the Pooh is actually better, but Sesame Street has already doubled in price.
Yeah.
So that I think is a good
It's
candidate.
those childhood characters.
But I
those-
think
Yeah.
you just can't say Star Wars isn't going to win.
Yeah.
And since it's percentage, because
Mhm.
that's more of an expensive set, I don't know if it'll quite do as well. So
Mhm.
So there are some sleepers out there in Marvel.
Yeah.
There's some cheap sets. There's some of the mechs. There's some of the small little Miles Morales
Oh,
and
yeah.
packs.
Mm-hmm.
And they're cheap. There's like a $10 set.
Yeah.
You get Miles Morales and the Green Goblin.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
there's
not
also
bad,
some
by the
Guardian stuff out there, and it's all retiring this year.
those
and
just released this year too.
everything has been kind of quiet on the Marvel front.
Yeah.
Because when was the last time we saw a really good Marvel series come out?
We just did Guardians 3.
Guardians 3 was pretty good.
I'm
series
sorry,
of-
on TV. Yeah.
yeah.
You know, it's been a while.
Yeah, it
They're
has.
due for another one, but in the meantime, Marvel
I don't
hasn't
even-
been selling, so I don't think they produced a whole lot of these Marvel sets.
They held back, you think? Yeah.
So it's gonna come and go, and it's
Yeah.
gonna be like, where did this set even come
I mean,
from?
I was shocked to see it on the list because these just came out like
Mhm.
2 months ago, and
Yeah.
I just picked up a couple of them, and I was like, wait, they're already retiring at
and
the
they're
end of this year.
retiring because Marvel's coming out with a lot. At the end of
Exactly,
this year.
and I think they're just trying
Yeah.
to. They put them out there for the movie. People will
Mhm.
get them because the
Mhm.
movie was good, and then they'll go away, and people are gonna be like, "Oh, where'd that go?" You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Especially if like that big guardianship, if that shows up again in something else, people are gonna be like,
Oh yeah.
Mhm. So-
I think anything Spider-Man is a good investment at
Yeah.
this point too, because that
Especially
movie did really
Spider-Verse.
well,
Oh,
Yeah.
so
and
good.
they had literally hundreds of Spider people on
Yeah,
screen.
so many.
So it's
Yeah.
like anything Spider-Man, you just want to throw it into your Spider
Mhm.
across the Spider-Verse
Yeah,
box.
that's a good one.
Another good investment, but yeah, I think overall pretty sound picks. I think some outliers and some
Yeah.
interesting choices all around. I probably would put my money on Chris, but who would you put your money on? Who do you think has the best estimations and investment opportunities here right now? And we'll also check your comments a year from now, and we'll pull those out. No.
Yeah.
Well,
a year from now, people will be like, "Mark, what were you thinking?"
now, also, we have a lot of very active Lego fans watching. If you have any that you want to throw in there, I think this one's going to double in
Yeah.
value. I think that one's going to do terrible. Let us know, because we would be
In a year
curious to
from
see
now,
any we
we'll
missed.
revisit
A
and see
year
if you
from
were
now,
right.
we'll go back and look at those comments.
This is
Yeah.
going to be a lot of
See
work
how
a
you
year
did.
from now, but it'll be
Yeah,
good.
It'll be
And,
a good video.
So this is fun. This is exciting. Well, thank you guys so much for joining and sharing your thoughts and doing the research. This is going to be exciting to see a year from now. But yeah, until then, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Peace.